it's one of those things that could happen to anyone, a freak bike accident that changed one man's life forever.
But Doreen Gensler has more on some new technology. It's helping this man both heal and find new appreciation for living.
I was thrown violently over the handlebars, hit my head, and then my body followed.
Vincent Martirano was more than halfway through a 55-mile bike ride in the hills of Maryland when he hit a bump in the road. It tossed him off his bike and slammed his head into the pavement.
The only thing I was able to do was shrug my left shoulder.
Nobody had any idea if he'd ever be able to move again.
I couldn't do anything myself.
Good, that was a good one.
But just a few months later, things are beginning to look up for Martirana. He's been recovering at MedStar National Rehabilitation Hospital, where a new robotic device called Myomo is helping him use his arm again.
And it is a device that uses the biofeedback, so looking at the person's muscle activity. And
occupational therapist Kristen Ryan says she attaches special sensors to the arm that read how much strength the muscle has. Then a motor kicks in to help patients move their arm with a full range of motion.
Well, 7 is on your side now with the health alert for women. Just released late this afternoon, the American Heart Association and American Stroke Association have issued the first guidelines focusing specifically on stroke risk and prevention for women.
Your gender matters, and your doctor should know about that and should act upon that information.
Dr. Alex Dromerick, a stroke neurologist with MedStar National Rehabilitation Hospital and Georgetown University, says experts from various disciplines work together on these new guidelines to highlight risks specific to women.
There are issues related to women's hormonal status, to pregnancy, their response to various medications that are different from men.
For the first time, a police officer who was shot and left for dead in the middle of the street is speaking out about his recovery and rehab. Peter LeBoy was ambushed after pulling over a taxi in Alexandria. He was shot in the head right in front of an elementary school while children were on the playground. As first responders rushed in, there was a high-speed chase that eventually ended with a cab driver's arrest.
Now, nearly 1 year later, after several surgeries, countless hours of rehab, and a community willing him to get better, Peter LeBoy and his wife decided to share their story, so they sat down with our Northern Virginia Bureau Chief, Julie Carey.
I don't remember what happened. I remember responding to the call, but then after that, I don't remember being on the ICU.
Peter LeBoy doesn't remember the life-changing incident on February 27, 2013. The motorcycle patrol officer was shot in the head while making a routine traffic stop in Old Town. LeBoy was airlifted to MedStar near death. Nearly 2 months in MedStar National Rehabilitation Hospital was followed by intensive outpatient therapy.
I mean, it was amazing. Every day there was something that was positive.
This is Fox 5 Local News at 5.
Happening today, Ward 8 Councilman Marion Barry released from the hospital. The former D.C. mayor was treated for a blood infection there. Fox 5's Karen Gray Houston is live at the hospital in the Northwest tonight with the very latest. Karen?
Well, Laura, Marion Barry has spent a lot of time in the hospital this year. 15 days of physical therapy here at the National Rehabilitation Hospital.
One reason I wanted to have this press conference is to dispel some of these rumors about my condition, why I was in the hospital, why I was there so long, etc. This process takes time. I was weak. I needed to physical therapy and other therapy to regain my strength. I mean, it really hit hard.
And you're largely recovered, and you have a little more work to do. I know you want to get a little stronger as an outpatient.
And Marion Barry will be 78 years old tomorrow. He says that he will have physical and occupational therapy twice a week at home, and then he'll be back here at the rehabilitation hospital as an outpatient 3 times a week.
News 4's Mark Seagraves is at MedStar National Rehab Center, where Barry opened up about his health and his future. Mark?
Now that's right, Doreen. Councilmember Berry was in good spirits, but noticeably weakened as he talked to reporters today, saying he looks forward to getting back to work, sparring with reporters and his council colleagues. He has spent nearly half of this year in one medical facility or another because of a blood infection. Because of Berry's kidney transplant 5 years ago, his doctor says his immune system is weaker. So what kind of patient is Marion Berry?
You're also a fairly complex person, both medically and otherwise.
Bruce Johnson is live outside the National Rehabilitation Hospital in Northwest with more on Berry's health and his political future. Bruce.
Hi, ladies. We hadn't seen Marion Berry for the past few months, and for the last month and a half, he's actually been in 3 different hospitals. But he emerged today against some advice from his inner circle. He emerged today to ward off, in part, some of those reports about his declining health. Now, he's going home from the National Rehabilitation Hospital. Marion Berry turns 78 tomorrow.
There they are. You look good. You look good.
Marion Berry has been hospitalized for much of the year.